Ratio and proportion. A ratio is the relation between two quantities having similar unit. The ratio of A to B is written as A is to B or A divided by B, where A is antecedent and B is called the consequent ratio. A ratio is a comparison of two quantities using division. The ratio of quantities A and B can be expressed as A to B or A to B or A by B, where B not equal to 0. Ratios are usually expressed in simplest form. 32 is to 18 means 16 is to 9. That is 32 by 18. When 32 is divided by 2, it will give 16, and when 18 is divided by 2, it will give 9. Example. The number of students who participated in sports program at Central High School is 520. The total number of students in the school is 1850. Find the athlete to student ratio to the nearest 10 or 100, say 10 or 100. To find this ratio, divide the number of athletes by the total number of students. So number of athletes by total number of students, it is 520 by 1850 or about 0.3. So 0.3 can be written as 0.3 by 1. So answer is the athlete to student ratio is 0.3 is to 1. The India with the number of school days in a year, say 230 days, find the ratio of school days to total days in a year for India to the nearest tenth. Use 365 as the number of days in a year. See here answer is what we have to do 230 days. This is the with the number of school days 230 days. Out of 365 it is 230. So we can divide 230 divided by 365 and it will give 0.6. The answer is C. Suppose extended ratios can be used to compare the three or more quantities. The expressions A to B to C means the ratio of the first two quantities is A to B, the ratio of the last two quantities is B to C, and the ratio of the first and last quantities is A to C. In a triangle AFG, ratio of the measures of the angles is 5 is to 12 is to 13. Find the measures of the angle. Just as the ratio 5 by 12 or 5 is to 12 is equivalent to 5x by 12x or 5x is to 12x. The extended ratio 5 is to 12 is to 13 can be written as 5x is to 12x is to 13x. Let us solve the equation to find the value of x. This ratio means the angles of a triangle added together, it must give 180. This is the very principle of a triangle law. So sum of three angles 5x plus 12x plus 13x is equal to 180. This is the triangle sum theorem. So 30x is 180 when added, and x is equal to 6 divide each side by 30. So x is 6. So the measures of the angles are 5 into 6 30, 12 into 6 72, and 13 into 6 78. Grades of the angles in triangle ABC is 357. Find the measures of the angles, and 3x plus 5x plus 7 is equal to 180. Hence x is equal to 12 we can compute, and hence answer is B, that is 36 60 84. If x is 12, then 3 into 12 is 36, and 12 into 5 is 60, and 12 into 7 is 84. So B is the correct answer. Definition. Proportion. An equation stating that two ratios are equal. The proportion means an equation stating that two ratios are equal. Suppose 8 by 12, that is 2 by 3. When it is divided by 4 in the numerator, and the denominator will be divided by 4, it will give 2 by 3. Now we have to solve a question. 6 by 18.2 is equal to 9 by y. So 6 by 18.2 is equal to 9 by y. This is the original proportion, and if we will cross multiply, then 6y is equal to 18.2 into 9, and 6y is equal to 163.8 when multiplied, and y is equal to 27 by 3 when it is divided by 6 each side. So answer is 27.3. Similarly, we can solve 4x minus 5 by 3 equal to minus 26 by 6. x minus 5 by 3 is equal to minus 26 is the original proportion given, and when cross multiplied 4x minus 5 into 6 is equal to 3 into minus 36 by cross product property, and this implies 24x minus 30 is equal to minus 78 to simplify, and on simplification it gives 24x is equal to minus 48 and x is equal to minus 2 and 6 is equal to minus 2. We can solve again 13.5 by 42 equal to b by 14. That implies by cross multiplication b is equal to 13.5 into 14 by 42, and the answer is b, that is 4.5. Is proportion to make predictions. Pet. Prabhasini randomly surveyed 30 students from her class and found that 18 had a dog or a cat for a pet. If there are 870 students in Prabhasini's school, predict, or Manek's school, predict the total number of students with a dog or a cat. Write and solve a proportion that compares the number of students who have a pet to the number of students in the school. 18 by 30 equal to x by 870. By cross multiplication, 18 into 870 is equal to 30x by cross product property. So 15660 is equal to 30x, and divided by 30 is said x gives 522. So answer based on Manek's survey, about 522 students at our school have a dog or a cat or a pet. Bablu randomly surveyed 50 students and found that 20 had a part-time job. If there are 810 students in the school, predict the total number of students with a part-time job. Answer is by 324. So we have to divide 20 by 50 into 810. Otherwise, if we can assume it is x, then we can 20 divided by 40 equal to x by 810. So x will be 20 by 50 into 20 by 50 into 810. That will give 3 to 4 students. If a by b equal to c by b d, then a plus b by b equal to c plus d by d. This is called compound property. If a by b is to c by d, then a minus b by b equal to c minus d by d. It is called dividendo property. And if a by b is to c by d, then a plus b by a minus b is equal to c plus d by c minus d. It is called compoundendo and dividendo property. And if a by b equal to c by d equal to e by f and dot 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 dot, then a plus c plus e plus and so on by b plus d plus f and so on is equal to each individual ratio, that is a by b or c by d or e by f and so on. A question: if a 12 is to 18 equal to x is to 24, then value of x. 12 is to 18 equal to x is to 24 means 12 by 18 equal to x by 24. This implies 18x is equal to 24 into 12. This implies x is equal to 288 by 18, that is 16. Example: a by b equal to b by c implies by cross multiplication b square is equal to ac or b is equal to root over of ac, where a is called first proportion, c is called last proportion, and b is called the mean proportion. So find mean position and third proportion of two numbers 9 and 4. If x is the mean position, then x is equal to root over of 9 into 4, that is equal to 3 into 2 is equal to 6. Also to find third proportion, so 9 is to 4 is equal to 4 is to x. This implies 9 by 4 is equal to 4 by x, or x is equal to 4 into 4 by 9, that is 16 by 9. We can give one example. Rohit, Virat and Dhoni are partners in a farm. Rohit contributed 10 lakh for 6 months, whereas Virat and Dhoni both contributed 7.5 lakh each for full year. If at the end of year profit is 2.5 lakh, then find share of Rohit's profit. Answer: proportionate capital of Rohit, Virat and Dhoni is 10 into 6 because invested for 6 months, and 7.5 into 12 is to 7.5 into 12 because Virat and Dhoni, they have invested 7.5 each for 1 year, completed year. So according to question, 60 is to 90 is to 90 equal to 2 is to 3 is to 3. Hence Rohit's share equal to 2.5 lakh into 2 by 2 plus 3 equal to 2.5 lakh. That is 2.5 into 2 by 8 equal to 62,500. So Virat's share is 2.5 into 3 by 2 plus 3 equal to 2.5 lakh into 3 by 8 equal to 93,750, and similarly Dhoni's 93,750. Thank you.